Hey guys, this is QuickDryKoala and this is my Momo Panda Opera Cake tutorial. Here are the colors needed for each layer. Here are the numbers of layers needed for each color. But Momo Panda only needs 2 colors. So here are all the colors that you need. And so take your almond sponge cake color and break it up into 3 pieces. These will be the 3 layers. And just roll them out, and this will be your thickest layer. And the thickness should be about that thick. You could make it as thick as you want, just make sure all the other layers are not as thick as the almond sponge cake layer. And here are my 3 almond sponge cake layers. Next, take your buttercream and divide it into 2 pieces. And then start rolling out the 2 pieces. The thickness is not as thick as the almond sponge. Here is the thickness comparison to the almond sponge. Next, take your chocolate and tear it into 2 pieces. And then roll each one out. This one should be the thinnest layer. If you can't get it really thin, that's okay. So here are my 2 layers. And these are all the layers compared to each other. Next, take white and pink, and then start rolling out your white piece. And the thickness should be around that thickness, but not too thick. Start tracing the face of Momo Panda. And then start cutting it out with a blade. And then peel off the excess like a sticker. If you have any messed up edges like I do, then you can just soften them out with a blending tool or a baby wipe. And at some point in time, I use a knife also to make the shape of the face more defined. I like to use the baby wipe to soften the edges and the whole base of the face and also remove dirt. Next, roll out a small piece of pink clay, flatten it out, and then flatten one side of it and carefully connect it to Momo Panda. Soften, blend, and smooth out the ear as needed, so it doesn't look too rough and it looks natural. Once you finish, Momo Panda's face should look like this. Here are the layer orders from bottom to top. It may be a bit confusing, so just take your time and pause the video here. Right now I'm just layering them all around the same area, because they won't be too big. I don't understand what I'm saying. Potatoes. Look at all my layers. And then carefully place Momo Panda's face in the middle of the layer where all the pieces meet. Basically, where all the layers are, so nothing that goes off. So it's kind of like the median part. And then just cut around Momo Panda's face. I was kind of in a rush, and I made it really messy. It's best to take your time on this and put it in the freezer so all the layers won't get mixed in. If there are some layers that get mixed in, just take a blade and remove some of the excess color that has gotten onto other layers. So also use a needle tool to texture the cake parts. And then you can also use a blade to make the buttercream parts more whipped looking. And sometimes I also like to use a brush tool to give it a more finer look, to make it more, spongy. So here's the texture of my cake, and here's Momo Panda's face. Roll out a small piece of thin pink clay, cut out a piece for the mouth, and make a small indent in the middle for the middle of the mouth, and carefully attach it to Momo Panda's face. Attach the middle first, and then get a ball tool and slowly attach the other sides to it and make a little U shape to make Momo Panda's adorable smile. You can smooth out any mess-ups. And then cut out 2 small pieces and then roll them up to make the eyes. The eyes should be around near the corners of the mouth. Not to the sides of the mouth though, but just a little bit above the corners. And then if there's any marks on his face, anyway, then bake according to instructions and glaze if desired. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and check out the description box for all the other collab tutorials that are coming out this week. Thank you, bye bye!